of Vedanta, highest truths, unimaginable. Same way, Swami Kamalatmananda, he is still alive. He is the head of the Madurai Ramakrishna Mutt. I had the fortune of sitting at his feet and learning. He radiates the grace of Shiva Bhakti. I have seen such wonderful people in my life who demonstrated, who proved that conscious sovereignty, manifesting it, living it is possible in all walks of life. In all walks of life. Whether you are a free living individual or living in an organization or even married and living with wife, a householder life. I have seen so many graceful people in my life radiating conscious sovereignty. Listen carefully. Some of the greatest revelations I received from my Guru, Arunagiri Yogeshwara. And when I started implementing it in my life, and when I started teaching, and when my disciples who are initiated by me, when they started implementing in their life, and when they came back and gave me the feedback, the right, wrong, good, bad, success, failure, compilation of all this knowledge, the essence of all this I am sharing with you all. So listen, understand. Three things I wanted to convey. Conscious sovereignty brings not just health for the way you want to live your life. Conscious sovereignty not just brings freedom, it brings freedom with a purpose. For example, when you are suffering with diabetes, eating sugar is not freedom, it is a suicide. You can't say, oh, can't I even have a freedom to eat sugar? People cry, saying, are they kept in prison? Don't they have the freedom to eat sugar? Hey, listen. When you are having diabetic, freedom to eat sugar is not freedom, it is suicide. Freedom to have the food for your health in a tasty way is freedom. Freedom to do what you want with the right purpose is freedom. See, realizing the right purpose of your life and having freedom to live it, progress towards it is freedom. I feel so happy when I see Soumya and her mother, both of them in the Hyderabad, when they come and religiously they will sit. Especially mother is elderly person, but even if she feels little sleepy, because now it is already 11 o'clock late night in India, but I have never seen her missing the satsang. Actually, this is freedom. Even some of the Adinavasis are not that regular. They try to crib, saying, "Oh, are we put in jail or what? Anytime the satsang, we will have to come and sit or what? 11 o'clock, are we not having freedom to sleep?" Hey, when there is a satsang going on, if you have all the infrastructure and you are freed from all other work or responsibility to attend the satsang, is the real freedom. So freedom with a purpose. Understand? Freedom for your purpose is the freedom. Health for your purpose is health. Wealth for your purpose is wealth. I tell you, last 3 years studying many different ideas about economy and many different countries' economy policies, how it is geopolitical centered, how it is the ideology like communism or socialism or capitalism centered, and how various countries function their economy. There are some countries which gives high interest for deposits. There are some countries which gives minus interest. Means they take money from you to keep your money. So all kinds of economies I studied. I wanted to tell you all few things. It is actually knowing your higher purpose, conscious sovereignty makes you really wealthy. I tell you, still planet Earth functions based on Varnashrama Dharma. Caste mass functions on Varnashrama Dharma. After studying so many countries' economical policies, how the economies are kept alive, to come up with the right economical policy closest to Veda-agamas. See, I wanted to implement the Veda-agamas as it is, map it as it is. So the closest possible structure on which I can map, so I can fine-tune the whole thing to focus as Paramashiva wanted, the whole Vedagamic civilization. So I have spent huge resources, energy, time, ultimately Paramashiva's blessings and samadhi and revelations he gives in samadhi. With everything I thoroughly analyzed, I came to the realization, planet Earth runs based on Varnashrama Dharma. Wherever Vaishyas exist with their Vaishya Dharma, that nations become wealthy. The economical intellectuals, their thought currents, and the ecosystem they want to nourish. I am studying the Japanese economical intellectuals and the ecosystem they are nourishing. The US economical intellectuals and the ecosystem they are nourishing. The Indian economical intellectuals and the ecosystem they are nourishing. All this I studied. Finally, I realized, I could see clearly what exactly Paramashiva revealed in Vedas and Agamas and penned down in Dharmashastras. That exact Varnashrama Dharma is the most successful strategy for life. I was studying elaborately. I'll give you just understandings. This will be directly useful for your life. There are many countries which attract the investments which is not needed for them. Those investments become load on them, and then they try to lend with less interest rate just to rotate that money and keep that money circulating because they don't know what to do. And those loans become NPAs, non-performing assets, in 3 to 5 years. It's a vicious circle. They are caught in vicious circle, having wealth without purpose. The conscious sovereignty is not nourished. Listen. If the conscious sovereignty in you is nourished, you build muscles, not fat. You build strength, not load. Same way in your economic principles. I am not saying money is bad. Be very clear. Money is good when you have the purpose. If not, you will not know what to do with it. I have always seen how the Indian middle class people think, first let me become engineer, then I will think what I want to become in my life. By the time you become engineer, you are already a fool and you don't know what to do with your life. And you don't even, see, actually after completely dampening you with the dumbest ideas and all outdated machineries which can be seen only in museum. Only those machines you will see in your workshops when you study engineering. The great museum pieces. Only after all this is done, the certificate engineer is given to you. So by the time you absolutely develop the mentality of extremely non-involving and lazy, and your expectation, just because you are here, the society should serve you. That mentality is the source of all corruption you find anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. Listen carefully. Many times, just like Indian middle class mind thinks, oh, let me become first engineer, then I'll think what I want to become, what I want to do in my life. Same way, you guys think, let me first just acquire money, then I will do what I want to do with that money. No. First, have conscious sovereignty. The society has become such now, none of you are in poverty and none of you are going to die without food. The moment you found your basic needs, food, shelter, clothes, focus on conscious sovereignty, realizing the core purpose of your existence. That will tell you the purpose for which you want wealth. So when you start working for wealth itself, you will continue to fulfill the purpose. So your life itself will be a joy. Your path and goal will be one and the same. You will be enjoying the very path, not waiting for the goal to celebrate your life. The path itself becomes celebration. I tell you, person who made path itself as a celebration lives in eternal vacation. See, I live in eternal vacation. I work 24/7 and I live in eternal vacation. I work actually 24/7 in multiple dimensions, multiple time zones, not just horizontal time zones, vertical time zones also. Understand, especially if you are young. When I say young, connected with me below 30. If you have connected with me below 30, you are eternally young. I will never let you age. I don't like getting aged. I like getting matured, but I don't like getting old or getting aged. So I will not do anything to you which I don't like. I will keep you eternally young. If you met me before 30, you are blessed. This is the time to find conscious sovereignty. Focus on that. If you met me before 30, I make you 16 and keep you 16 ever. Listen. When you find the idea of conscious sovereignty, you will never do the stupidity of questioning your life. Oh, why can't I eat sugar? Eating sugar is not wrong. But when you have diabetes, eating sugar is suicidal. So you are not controlled saying don't take sugar. You are protected with the understanding taking sugar is suicidal when you are diabetic. Even otherwise, taking sugar is not good for health. That is separate. I am telling you, listen. People think, let me find wealth, then I'll decide what I want to do. Hey, by the time you find wealth, you abused you and built a wrong mental setup. When will you break that? That breaking that becomes a big headache. I tell you, with conscious sovereignty, if you find wealth, you will live in absolute aparigraha. I tell you. Listen, I have seen some of the most graceful beings demonstrating minimalist lifestyle, literally having the amount of wealth equivalent to kings. Whether Tiruchi Swami is the founder and head of the Kailasa Mahasamsthana in Bangalore, which has branches all over India. He built a beautiful Devi temple, which is literally now golden temple. The whole Garbhagriha, Vimanam is golden and Garbha Mandir is golden. He literally built a golden temple for Devi. And the amount of wealth around him and the minimalist life he lived, he had everything, including golden throne, crown, jewels, everything. He will sit in the golden throne, silver throne, on those timings when he is receiving the Pada Puja or when he is doing his responsibilities. But in his personal life, he will not take one more extra betel leaf from his own garden. He will not waste one betel leaf from his own garden. And he will not get the third set of dress for his personal room. I asked him once, Swami, it is all for you. Why can't we have the few more sets of dress? He told in Tamil, hey, சிம்மாசனம் கொடை சப்பரம் சாமரம் எல்லாம் நமக்கு வேலை, உரிமை இல்லை, உடமை இல்லை. Means the palki, all the umbrella, paraphernalia, throne, all that is our job, responsibility. Neither right, means neither we are the owners, nor it is ours. Listen. When you find conscious sovereignty, you will have the ultimate clarity about wealth. Why wealth? And you will accumulate it with the right mental setup. Wealth will never bind you. It will only be under you. It can never imbalance you or delude you, make you behave, think unscientifically. Listen, wealth is one of the drug, can make you think irrationally and unscientifically. When the greed for wealth enters, you commit crimes which will not allow end of the day for you to enjoy the wealth, even if you acquire. That's the funny thing. Listen, greed for wealth is nothing but unconscious lifestyle. The conscious sovereignty will make you realize purpose of everything, purpose of health, purpose of wealth. See, what is the purpose of my health? I should be able to sit in Padmasana for any number of hours I want to sit, and my brain should be fresh, alive, to download the Akashik records and radiate it, share it with you all. That's all is the purpose of my health. So because I know the purpose, I keep myself healthy for that purpose. Over. My purpose is my body should cooperate with me to be in samadhi continuously and sit and initiate people, teach people whenever I want to do. That's all. Because the purpose is clear, I keep myself healthy for that. Many times, people want to be healthy, they start building six-pack, gymming, bodybuilding, all that. But after a few days, that six-pack and muscles, bodybuilding, the showing, that becomes so important and addictive. People take the banned drugs, steroids to look and lose health. Please understand, there are many people who build body so unconsciously without knowing the purpose, they lose the body itself in the process of building the body. See how many bodybuilders die. By taking the wrong drugs, steroids to show. I tell you, same way, wealth. There are so many people unconsciously acquired wealth and don't know what to do. That load kills them. Our people around them exploit them, bind them, destroy their life, and life is lost. So in every level, conscious sovereignty is the first truth you should start experiencing. This should be your priority. Understand? Not just wealth, purpose of wealth. Not just health, purpose of health. Not just living unconsciously, purpose why you exist is the basic need for life. Listen. Delusion is suicidal. Delusion is suicidal. In every level, delusion is suicidal. I have seen people, the most graceful people, and I have also seen most stupid people. I have seen people not just talking something in the morning, talking something in the evening. Even in one conversation, the beginning they will talk some logic, and just in few statements they will completely opposite to the logic with which they started. I have seen sometimes people having one logic and talking for the other logic. I have seen that level loses. That kind of deluded people. Those are the moments I feel compassionate for myself. I feel really compassionate for myself. Anyhow, I think now everyone feels, is this me? Is this me? Is this me Swamiji is talking about? Is Swamiji thinking of me and telling this statement? Is Swamiji thinking of me and telling this statement? Anyhow, listen. I have seen all kinds of people. With my experience, I wanted you to know, time spent on understanding conscious sovereignty is the best time spent. Understand? Listen. Even manifesting powers manifest the right power for your purpose. Understand? The purpose you want to exist. I tell you, if you find the conscious sovereignty, you will just feel eternally young. See, finding conscious sovereignty is not some difficult. You just need to know the larger purpose of your existence. Just be scientific, logical, rational to your higher purpose, larger purpose. Stop the shitty idea of you have only one life. That is the biggest shit dumped on you. You have been brainwashed with unwashable shit. called. You have only one life. Drop that shit. Your consciousness, assuming bodies after bodies, till you achieve your absolute conscious sovereignty. These are fundamental cosmic truths. Start looking at your life with these fundamental cosmic truths. Understand? Stop associating yourself with the delusion or the impact of drug called delusion on your brain as you. See, the impact of the delusion drug on your brain forms a fog called mind. You associate yourself with that and make your life's decisions, which is absolute unscientific. Listen, absolute unscientific. Understand that. Just listen. Be scientifically scientific, logically logical, rationally rational. As I said just now, Tiruchi Swamigal or Swami Gautamanandaji, the wealth around them is much more than kings will have. But they lived such absolute minimalist lifestyle because they know the purpose of wealth. I learned exactly that from my gurus. Kings living minimalistic lifestyle is possible only in Hindu tradition. Because if you know the conscious sovereignty, you will know the minimalistic lifestyle is powerful. It's an absolute power. This whole Chaturmasya, I name it as conscious sovereignty Chaturmasya. Manifesting powers through conscious sovereignty. See, manifest the right powers. There are many powers you may not need. That may just become load on you. Manifest the right power. Especially manifest powers by breaking the prenatal patterns called karma and postnatal karma called patterns. Break them and manifest powers. You will know exactly what kind of powers you need. If you are addicted to food pattern, break them. Then you will see the Nirahara manifest as a power, and not only you become healthy and you are free from addictions, you live long. Listen. If you are addicted to food patterns, I have a great news for you. Break those addictions through proper Nirahara Samyama step by step and manifest powers. You will see not only you become healthy, you will live long. Because anything which addicts you, binds you, that pattern shows you the secret key for the powers you need to manifest. If you are greedy, bound by greed, deluded by greed, doesn't want to take responsibility, but you want everything, start practicing minimalistic lifestyle. You will manifest so much wealth, and you will enjoy the wealth, not wealth will be enjoying you. I tell you, many people just do watchman job, night watchman job, without sleeping, protecting their wealth. So they are not using the wealth, wealth is using them. People who are not able to sleep due to their worries about wealth, they are not enjoying the wealth, wealth is enjoying them. Like first few days you enjoy, you smoke, then cigarette smokes you. Understand what I am trying to tell you. Many times your delusion shows bad people as your friend, good people as your enemies. The pressure of hormones, chemicals, frustrations inside you dilutes you so badly. Conscious sovereignty is the only solution. Break from all postnatal, prenatal patterns. list all the prenatal, postnatal patterns and karmas binding you. Those patterns hold the secret key. What powers you should manifest and what kind of powers is right for you. I'll give you a few minutes. I'll give you Shaktipada and be here with you all to help you all to identify your patterns, break them, and manifest as powers. Let's start. First day. Conscious sovereignty, power manifestation process in this Chaturmasya. Get paper and pen, sit. Pen down all the patterns which chains you, binds you. Start writing.
அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமை கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நேரி அருளவே நித்யனாய் ஊரகிற்கு வந்தம்மை ஆட்கொள்ள தேவர்களை காத்திட வைத்தான் தாயாய் பேரருள் புரிய உடல் ரோமம் சிலிர்த்திட நித்யனாய் வந்து அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமை கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தார் திருவண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தார். கிளப்பி விட்டேனில் பர தத்துவம் கற்பித்த பாரம ஞானியாய் ஞானக்கண் கொடுத்த நமக்கே ரூபம் காட்டிய மாய வித்தை செய்யும் நித்யன் வித்தை கிளப்பி விட்டேனில் பர தத்துவம் கற்பித்த பாரம ஞானியாய் ஞானக்கண் கொடுத்த நமக்கே ரூபம் காட்டிய மாய வித்தை செய்யும் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமை கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நேரி அருளவே நித்யனாய் பொருளான நித்யனை ஆழ்ந்து சிந்திக்க ஐயனின் ரூபம் விளங்கும் தாண்டும் சிவசக்தியாக ஐம்பொறிகளுக்கும் புலனாகின்ற நித்யன் பொருளான நித்யனை ஆழ்ந்து சிந்திக்க ஐயனின் ரூபம் விளங்கும் தாண்டும் சிவசக்தியாக ஐம்பொறிகளுக்கும் புலனாகின்ற நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமை கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் திருவண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். உள்ளும் புறமும் இருந்து உயிர் பக்குவமாக்கிடும் பரமனாம் நித்யன் ஞானப்பாடித்தங்கள் ஏழும் கொண்ட ஞானமும் ஆகியே ஆண்டிடும் நித்யன் உள்ளும் புறமும் இருந்து உயிர் பக்குவமாக்கிடும் பரமனாம் நித்யன் ஞானப்பாடித்தங்கள் ஏழும் கொண்ட ஞானமும் ஆகியே ஆண்டிடும் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமை கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நேரி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். வாக்கியங்களான அருள் கவிதைகள் நித்யனின் மகிமை சொல்லிடும் மகிமை அர்ப்பித்த பின்னே சிவசக்தி ஸ்வரூபமாய் தோன்றிடும் நித்யன் ஆப்த வாக்கியங்களான அருள் கவிதைகள் நித்யனின் மகிமை சொல்லிடும் மகிமை அர்ப்பித்த பின்னே சிவசக்தி ஸ்வரூபமாய் தோன்றிடும் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமை கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் திருவண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். விண்ணவர் மன்னவர் ஒப்ப அகிலம் ஆளும் கீர்த்தியுடை ஈசன் நித்யானந்தன் புண்ணிய சேத்திரம் தனிலே நித்யன் உன்னத நீலை மூலத்தில் வருமே விண்ணவர் மன்னவர் ஒப்ப அகிலம் ஆளும் கீர்த்தியுடை ஈசன் நித்யானந்தன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தார் கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்து கெட்டார் ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தார் உப்புரி நூலை தரித்தவன் ஐயன் வேதியன் வெந்நீர் பூசிய நித்யன் அண்டத்தின் மூலம் காரணன் முடிவற்ற ஆனந்தத்தை தொண்டர் கருள்வான் உப்புரி நூலை தரித்தவன் ஐயன் வேதியன் வெந்நீர் பூசிய நித்யன் அண்டத்தின் மூலம் காரணன் முடிவற்ற ஆனந்தத்தை தொண்டர் கருள்வான் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டார் ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் பேரறிவு பொருள் நித்யன் உலகாளும் ஊரை மன்னவர் கழித்தவன் அர்த்தநாரீஸ்வரனாக அருள் செய்திட்டே எம்மை ஆட்கொண்டிடும் நித்யன் பேரறிவு பொருள் நித்யன் உலகாளும் ஊரை மன்னவர் கழித்தவன் அர்த்தநாரீஸ்வரனாக அருள் செய்திட்டே எம்மை ஆட்கொண்டிடும் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டார் ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் பிறவி பிறவியாய் தேவர்கள் பரம்பொருளான பரமானையை தேட ஈசன் பிறவாமல் ஆட்கொண்டு எம்மை ஒரு தத்துவம் தன்னை உரைத்திட நித்யனாய் பிறவி பிறவியாய் தேவர்கள் பரம்பொருளான பரமானையை தேட ஈசன் பிறவாமல் ஆட்கொண்டு எம்மை ஒரு தத்துவம் தன்னை உரைத்திட நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டார் ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் திருவண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் எண்ணிலா வடிவமுடையவன் என்னும் எண்ணம் கடந்த முதற் பொருளானவன் பிறவி எழுத்தே சலிக்க அருள் தாகத்தை தீர்த்தன் வீணைகள் களைந்தான் எண்ணிலா வடிவமுடையவன் என்னும் எண்ணம் கடந்த முதற் பொருளானவன் பிறவி எழுத்தே சலிக்க அருள் தாகத்தை தீர்த்தன் வீணைகள் களைந்தான் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டார் ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் ஆனந்தமாய் என்னுள் நித்யன் முக்தி மார்க்கத்தை காட்டி விட்டிருந்தருள்வான் மாலையன் காணாத சோதியன் தெளித்தேனாய் நினைத்திட ஞானம் அருள்வான் ஆனந்தமாய் என்னுள் நித்யன் முக்தி மார்க்கத்தை காட்டி விட்டிருந்தருள்வான் மாலையன் காணாத சோதியன் தெளித்தேனாய் நினைத்திட ஞானம் அருள்வான் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டார் ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் வெற்றி குதிரை எதியே அடியார்கள் கூரைகளை ஏற்கின்ற நித்யன் சூழும் உறவினரோடு வந்த பாசந்தானை யாரு தேயம்மை காப்பான் வெற்றி குதிரை எதியே அடியார்கள் கூரைகளை ஏற்கின்ற நித்யன் சூழும் உறவினரோடு வந்த பாசம் தானை யாரு தேயம்மை காப்பான் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டார் ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யனை பற்றுவதொன்றே உபாயம் என்பதானால் பற்றி பிடித்தோம் நித்யன் பாதம் ஒன்றே சதம். அவன் நாமம் சொல்லியே நித்யானந்தம் கொள்ளுவோம் நித்யனை பற்றுவதொன்றே உபாயம் என்பதானால் பற்றி பிடித்தோம் நித்யம் பாதம் ஒன்றே சதம். அவன் நாமம் சொல்லியே நித்யானந்தம் கொள்ளுவோம். அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்தில் கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் திருவண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான்.
நித்யானந்தா நித்ய தியான நித்யானந்தா தியான திங்கள் நித்யானந்தா நித்யானந்தா நித்ய திங்கள் நித்யானந்தா நித்ய தியான நித்யானந்தா தியான திங்கள் நித்யானந்தா நித்யானந்தா நித்ய திங்கள் நித்யானந்தா நித்ய தியான நித்யானந்தா தியான திங்கள் நித்யானந்தா நித்ய திங்கள் நித்யானந்தா நித்ய தியான நித்யானந்தா தியான திங்கள் நித்யானந்தா நித்யானந்தனே நித்யானந்தா சத்யவேதனே நித்யானந்தா வேத ரூபனே நித்யானந்தனே நித்யானந்தனே நித்யானந்தா சத்யவேதனே நித்யானந்தா வேத ரூபனே நித்யானந்தனே. நித்ய திங்கள் நித்யானந்தா நித்ய தியான நித்யானந்தா தியான திங்கள் நித்யானந்தா நித்யானந்தா நித்ய திங்கள் நித்யானந்தா நித்ய தியான நித்யானந்தா தியான திங்கள் நித்யானந்தா நித்யானந்தா நித்ய திங்கள் நித்யானந்தா நித்ய தியான நித்யானந்தா தியான திங்கள் நித்யானந்தா நித்ய திங்கள் நித்யானந்தா நித்ய தியான நித்யானந்தா தியான திங்கள் நித்யானந்தா நித்யானந்தனே நித்யானந்தா சத்யவேதனே நித்யானந்தா வேத ரூபனே நித்யானந்தனே நித்யானந்தனே நித்யானந்தா சத்யவேதனே நித்யானந்தா வேத ரூபனே நித்யானந்தனே.
Bless you all as a living, complete manifestation, as a living Purnavatara of Paramashiva. I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, collective integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Paramadvaitam, Shuddhadvaita Saivam, the state, space, being, powers, superconsciousness and Kailasa of Paramashiva. Paramashivoham, Om Nityananda Paramashivoham, the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
श्रीकैलासोन्नतद्वादशान्तश्यामलापीठारूढ
Nityanandam, Jnanapatati Manual, under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. The science of our manifestation is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. The Shastra Pramana, the authentic scriptures, Shrutis, and Veda Agama stand as a foundation for Hinduism. Apta Pramana, authentic, time-tested, foolproof compilation of the experience of the sages, rishis, and enlightened masters, which is in terms with the Shastra Pramana. Atma Pramana, with Apta Pramana, a guru is able to experience and live the truth claimed by the Shastras. Shakshi Pramana, experience and manifestation of the guru's initiation in the disciple of a particular lineage which is demonstrable to the world. And Pratyaksha Pramana, having the truth validated by the scientific study. All the Pramanas are given so that we understand the deeper truth of the powerful cognition. Beyond our self-doubt, self-denial, and self-hatred, we can experience the greater reality. For the power of silicon, the scriptural reference is taken from Vijnana Bhairava Sutra 120, Dharana 59.
Pramana now. Silicon is taken from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 120, Dharana 95. Kvachit vastuni vinyasya shanaydrishtim nivartayet tajnanam chitta sahitam devi shunyalayo bhavet. Kvachid vastuni vinyasya shanaydrishtim nivartayet tajnanam chitta sahitam devi shunyalayo bhavet.
Bhagavan Paramashivam beautifully says, having fixed one's eyes on a particular object, vastu, one should slowly withdraw the sight from the object, as well as slowly eliminate the knowledge of the object, along with the thoughts and impression of it. Then, O Devi, one abides in Sunya, the state where there is nothing other than this exist, which is the state of all-inclusive or infinity. Bhagavan beautifully says how you can experience the conscious sovereignty, how you can establish on that as your ultimate reality. When you remove the bondage, he gave an example how if you remove the bondage of greed and live in a minimalistic lifestyle, and when you remove that bondage, you are open to a great possibility of enjoying wealth. It's not the wealth which is going to sit in your locker and you be a god, but you can enjoy the wealth as your existential reality. All this again and again, Bhagavan gives us the powerful space to shift. If we are caught up with the food, doing the Nirahara Samyama will make us such a healthy person. Each of that which we are clubbed, and the other side of the coin is the breakthrough that manifests as our wealth, health, and happiness, and all the bliss that we can experience. It's so beautiful that Bhagavan beautifully says how we can experience the ultimate reality. When Prahlada, when he was a child, when he was inside the womb, he got initiated by Narada Muni, the greatest sage. And when he was born, he was very clear he is established on conscious sovereignty. And he did not have any fear or greed or anything, but established that everything that exists is Paramashiva, that is Vishnu, in his case, Parandama. And when his father, Hiranyakasipu, asked him that how can everything be consciousness, how can everything be God? And he said, yes, it is. And he was able to demonstrate in the physical world his powers to show the Hiranyakasipu that he can really get the God happen as God particle from the pillar also. That Bhagavan beautifully says that Prahlada, as a small child, pointed his little finger and literally from that Narasimha came out and literally took his father down and gave him a rebirth and got him liberated. When Narasimha came there, He asked Prahlada, "Aren't you scared of me?" And he smiled and said, so beautifully, he said, "How can I be scared of the Parandama, the origin of consciousness, which is landed up in a physical body?" And immediately he took an avatar just for a small child to show to the world the greatest science that is available, that anybody who's established in the conscious sovereignty, he will simply demonstrate and literally liberate you from the problem wherever you're stuck and give the liberation, the ultimate possibility for you. And Prahlada asked his father back, and just to restore the whole thing, he said, "Only I'm scared of people with a wrong mind because I don't know where they will land up." Like Bhagavan said, something they are thinking in the morning, something they are thinking in the evening, doesn't even know what they are thinking, why they are thinking, what is the purpose. And they don't understand the whole delusion is just a dream, and the root shock will wake them up. And that is the scariest thing to see. It's like somebody without hands driving the car and you're sitting at the back. Literally, you don't know where you're going to land up in. That is what he says. When you remove that, all the bondage from your, what you are experiencing, that is binding you. And if you are liberated from that, you see a great possibility opening up as your ultimate reality, and you enjoy the ultimate bliss. Here, beautifully, Bhagavan gives us the possibility how Appar was the greatest saint. This is from Periya Puranam. And he manifested the power of downloading all the scriptures in Tirunallur, and he was given the blessing to sing the praise of Lord, who gave him the unlimited knowledge and the greatest blessing. All that again and again, how these great Nayanamars, Alvars, Siddhas were able to sing the greatest praise of Paramashiva and be in the enlightened space because they establish in conscious sovereignty as their reality, not engaged in their fear or greed or incompletions, but again and again they establish that Paramashiva, Parandama is more real than what they are going through. Then the deeper solution starts happening in them as their reality. Again and again, Bhagavan asks us to complete so that we are not confused with whatever we are experiencing. And we know that we can establish ourselves in the space of Paramashiva to solve any problem. Here, the Balasons of the Nityananda Gurukul, Ma Parapriya, she was able to, just with her eyes, blink and take a snapshot of the picture of Bhagavan in the Yoga Nidra state, and beautifully she was able to put that in a phone. She was able to charge the phone just by breathing her breathing. And all this the Balasans enjoyed in the presence of Bhagavan again and again to show to the world all the possibility that exists. These little workshops that give us the clarity that we can connect to the conscious sovereignty as our reality to manifest what we want as our reality. Each one, Bhagavan says, can manifest the power that we are here to experience the reality in the way we want. If you're in that space of consciousness, you can pull out anything that you want as reality. Even now, we are doing that, but unconsciously. That is why it's very scary. And that is why we don't know what's going to happen. But consciously, when we establish ourselves again and again as conscious sovereignty, as Paramashiva, as the Samadhi space, we will go on creating our reality, what we want into this world. Here today, we're going to play with the gadgets. So you can switch off the, first you can take close the apps and take a screenshot and then switch off the phone. And all that you're going to do is you can charge the phone, you can vibrate the phone, you can open an app or send a photo or message without touching the phone. For a few minutes, do not touch the phone. Take the Jnananjan, apply in your third eye and on your temple, and on your phone also you can apply. Keep the phone on Paramashiva Shila, and all you're going to do is chant the Mahavakya intensely with a deep feeling connection. All you're going to do is sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line. Bring Paramashiva to your third eye and sit as Paramashiva, Parandama. You are the chosen one out of the trillion species and 8 billion people to be here to manifest these powers. These are the greatest science, and it is a science because it makes you more and more intelligent being and to exist as the higher reality. Like Bhagavan says, a society is run on the base of the Varna, Ashrama, Dharma, and the most intelligent is named as the Brahmana, and they know how this whole science works and functions, and they take care of all the way we need to exist. So even the discoveries and inventions do not destroy the planet Earth, but only includes more and more all this great science into the great happening of the manifestation of these great beings. And more we are unclutched, and more we start living in a complete completion, that everything that we are experiencing is nothing but a dream, nothing but our own reaction, our own self, which is projected unconsciously. When we unclutch and go into the space, or how we go into the deep sleep, we go into that space of Nirvikalpa Samadhi, we will start experiencing what we want as reality. From that space, whatever we want becomes completely our reality. Now let's chant the Mahavakya connecting to Paramashiva deeply for few minutes and unclutching from everything that we know as us. Anything that you have written down in your list, unclutch from that completely. Only be in the space of Paramashiva, not letting your thought take a ride. Completely do not engage in thought. Chant the Mahavakya intensely. Intensely means without missing the listening. Again and again, go back to the listening and chant the Mahavakya in deep gratitude, dissolving yourself at Bhagavan's lotus feet. And you will simply see so much of auspiciousness, abundance starts manifesting around us. So let's start chanting the Mahavakya for manifesting the power of silicon.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Nityananda Paramashivam. Nityananda Paramashivam.
Slowly, very slowly, open your eyes, and whatever Paramashiva has shown, please go ahead and share that in the social media authentically. Whatever you experience, powerful cognition from the completion sessions, initiation, and the power manifestation session, whatever you experience, you can share it with the world. The more and more we start causing others to follow the Charyapada, the more and more we are established in that, as Paramashiva is real, conscious sovereignty is real. So make sure you have hashtag Paramashivam Shakshi Pramana, hashtag Manifestation, hashtag Kailasa, and hashtag Nityananda. Now, let's surrender all this powerful cognition, power manifestation at Bhagavan's lotus feet in deep gratitude, thanking Bhagavan for all the gifts from Kailasa for each one of us, and thanking you for following the Guruvak as life and manifesting the powers of Paramashiva. With that, let's end the session with the Purna Mantra. Let's sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line. Bring Paramashiva to your third eye. Hold the powerful space. Paramashiva is real in my thought, word and action, seeing everything, everyone as Paramashiva as my reality throughout the day. Now let's chant the Purna Mantra to end the session. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nityananda Paramashivam Padukarpanamastu. Om Nityanandam. Thank you so much. The next session will be at 6 p.m. IST. You can join in through eCitizen. Thank you, Nityananda.